She said MPs were to be on standby for the resumption of that inquiry.
We're confident about the work that is being done. There's a very clear and definite commitment that this process, we must see it through, we must conclude it, and hence it was good that we did this exercise.
And President Cyril Ramaphosa says he hopes the newly appointed SABC board will work hard to ensure the country continues to benefit from a stable, independent and effective national broadcaster. Ramaphosa finally appointed the board today after almost 6 months since the previous board's term ended. Babalo Ndenza reports.
President Cyril Ramaphosa's appointment of the SABC board has been pending since last year October, when the previous board's term ended. But the process has been hit by delays from the security vetting of shortlisted candidates and legal concerns raised by Ramaphosa, which delayed the appointment for months. Some of the appointments include Nomvuyiso Bheki, who will serve as deputy chairperson, former SABC head of news Patiswa Makubeni, and former member of parliament Magdalene Munsami. The appointment of the board also comes not too long after Parliament received a legal opinion which said Ramaphosa's questioning of the number of candidates shortlisted had no basis in law. Babalo Ndenza, Eyewitness News.
Gauteng will be fine tomorrow. Joburg dropping to an overnight low of 9 degrees, peaking at 25. Pretoria 10 and 26. Vereniging 7 also reaching a high of 26. Lerato Hufela, Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News on 947. For more, click ewn.co.za. This is 947.
#MSW. You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
I had noted some reportage that suggests that we are already at stage 8. I want to say that such information is not sitting with me.
#MSW.
Well, a livid Dundalk Stars co-coach Khuliso Rashumuse has branded the behavior of an unidentified Orlando Pirates official who allegedly tampered with the water bottle of their goalkeeper, Uspamandla Kumete, as disgusting.
I spied a water bottle there by the goalpost, and it was just pure water. So the player there from Orlando Pirates, I don't know his name, and that was very, disgusting. You don't do it.
Changing and re-engineering sports on the continent and the world.
And they are back in the game. Continues his goal-scoring form.
I just reminded the players that, you don't always get these opportunities, that they don't always, come often to make a semi-final of a major cup. And, reminded them that we need to play even harder and more intensity and more energy. Play for the badge, play for our family and loved ones, play for our supporters.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
I don't count how many games we're going to play. I don't care. So important is we are there. In all competitions, we have a final in 4 days, and the team is going to play a buyer limit because I know the character, personality of this stadium and the players they have and German mentality. So we know it, and we have to work a lot be stable mentally in our bad moments and go there so aggressive to win the game. Sometimes you need that conflict to make the team more together. I'm pretty sure of that. It's not a weak point for him. It's a strong point against us will be. I'm pretty sure of that. I know this club perfectly, few players of them, and I can imagine the situation against City. We play there, the players will do their best. The best performance for Bayern Munich will do on Wednesday in Allianz Arena. But I'm pretty sure would happen here if the situation was at the opposite, with 3-0 down. Today we didn't win, and some conflict. The team will be, okay, it's a final for us. We can know exactly what we have to do, and then we do it. I'm pretty sure.
That's a very confident-sounding Pep Guardiola ahead of the crunch game tomorrow. UEFA Champions League nights are back as of tonight. In fact, we got Chelsea taking on Real Madrid. Also at the same time, you got Napoli playing against AC Milan. So, you know what? We get closer and closer to seeing who will become European champions. I don't know who you smart money is. is on. But if you look at local performances on the local front, Manchester City certainly riding the crest of the wave, and could this be the turnaround season for them? Difficult to manage, difficult to ascertain. Football only has one language, 90 minutes on the field. Welcome indeed, Marawa Sports Worldwide. It's a Tuesday today, got a fascinating show. In fact, we got a father and son duo coming into studio. If you're a boxer and you've been following local boxing, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. It's a South African junior featherweight champion. His son is an SA featherweight boxer. They're not going to be fighting each other. They're just going to be on the same bill. But I think it's history making on its own. And I look forward to that conversation. Also tell you later on what happened on this day in history on the 18th of April 2017. It might have to do with a football player that has been and has broken many a record in world football, especially within the UEFA Champions League, club football, maybe even Ballon d'Or. I've given it away, haven't I? But the only way to figure it out and also to find out is to listen to Marawa Sports Worldwide live at 947. Also live on Vuma FM, Rise FM, on Sowetan Live. Interactive as always. We had plenty of voice notes yesterday. I think people highly passionate about the happenings over the weekend. And here's one of them. Tebogo was talking about the Motsepe League and what it's producing.
Rob, I am of the opinion that Gauteng ABC Motsepe League is the toughest league in the country. Looking at the number of Motsepe Foundation Championship teams that they've produced, and also looking at Dondol Stars coming into this encounter against the Pirates, having played 33 games, and Pirates have played 25 games this season, but they imposed such a dominant, fearless game model, and credit must go to the two Coco coaches, because this is something that they do week in, week out. And I remember them throwing all the players into Jomo's half and only defending with two center backs, and that created a numerical superiority against Jomo Cosmos. And for me, that was frustrating for Cosmos on that day, because it was something that was not anticipated. And I think these two coaches are very brilliant at Dondol Stars. Thank you so much, Rob. It's Tebogo here.
Tebogo, thank you so much. Great analysis, and who would ever forget the importance that Jomo Cosmos have played in our football. Pity to see them where they are right now.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. Mr. Marawa, is Tuesday night. It's a Champions League night today, Mr. Marawa, where we will see Real Madrid locking horns with Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. It won't be easy, Mr. Marawa, because Chelsea are playing at home. As much as they are not doing that well in the league competitions in England, but I strongly believe that they are still one of the best teams in England. But I wish my team, Real Madrid, will go in England and then finish off in the remaining 90 minutes so that they can progress to the semi-finals and go to the final if it happens. Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good show.
Well, big football for big people and for big clubs. What about the younger generation here in South Africa?
These will be the players that will be representing the country at the AFCON. Takalani Mashamba from Kaizer Chiefs. Gennaro Johnson from Cape Town Spurs. From Atlanta United in the USA, Kyle Jansen. From Cape Town City, Koza Manyama. Ketometsi Lesia from Supersport United. From Norwich City in the UK, Waylon Renike. From Supersport United, Benjamin Wallace. From Mamelodi Sundowns, Vincent Setoli. From Stellenbosch FC, Tyler Cesaro. Tata Sabia from Mamelodi Sundowns. Kolani Shaka from Orlando Pirates. Komolemo Kikana from TS Galaxy. From Kaizer Chiefs, Vicky Makwawana. From Cape Town Spurs, Luke Bartman. Xavier Jodemus from Ubuntu Academy. Dakir Lee from Cape Town Spurs. From Vitesse in the Netherlands, Michael Dukumu. From Capital City in Pretoria, Arifa Mayubelo. From Mamelodi Sundowns, Bennett Mokoena. Gabriel Amatu from Cape Town City. And last but by no means least, Ayabonga Mahlangu from Mamelodi Sundowns. Those are the 21 players that will be representing our national team in the Under-17 AFCON.
Yeah, good luck to the guys. They are youthful, ever so talented. And always just a thrill and excitement watching these superstars of tomorrow. They're going to be getting a chance now to showcase their impeccable skills on an international stage, because the very same squad you've heard head coach Duncan Crowe announce SA Under-17, just naming a team called Amajimbos for the CAF 2023 Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. Now, interestingly, 4 Mamelodi Sundowns players have been included in the final squad. Meanwhile, only 3 overseas-based players have been named in the squad as well. Now, this is from the initial 8 overseas players who were in the prelim squad. Also saw that the Liverpool captain Gabriano Shelton is one of the players that are left out of the squad despite his heartfelt plea to the head coach Crowe, as well as his assistant Aaron Mokoena, to consider him for selection. So let's go down to Cape Town and chat to Duncan Crowe, SA Under-17 head coach. Duncan, thank you so much for your time. Good evening. Welcome to the show.
How are you doing, Rob?
I'm very, very good. How's the legend doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice hearing from you again.
Yeah, it's been a while, Coach, and obviously a bit of a headache having to put all of these 21 names together of the soldiers that are going to have to go out and do duty for the country. How difficult a decision was it to knuckle them down to just 21?
Man, that seems to be an old cliche now, but it was a very difficult job, because we had 32 players, 32 good players in the camp. And we had to bring it down to 21. And you've also got to balance as far as different positions are concerned. We've experienced a case where we had so many good midfielders and we had to let good players go. You know, we tried to put them into some other position, but it doesn't always work that way. So it was very difficult to get to the 21 players, and we had 6 players in camp, 6 foreign-based players in camp, and only 3 of them made it. So yeah, we've got that situation as well.
I mean, when it comes down to the final selection, does it really matter who's overseas based, who's local based? What criteria do you look at?
No. You see, the reason why I mentioned overseas based players, because you hardly see, or you never see them for that matter. You see them via on videos and so on. But watching them on the field for 90 minutes in front of you is a totally different case. But yeah, like you rightfully said, and of course, we want to select the best players for the best positions. So it doesn't matter where you come from. We wanted to select the best 21 players to represent the Under-17 team at the AFCON. And like I've already mentioned, all of them were good players. All 32 that were in camp now were good players. And we had to come up with 21 only.
Yeah, I made mention, as was, you were in hold of the Liverpool captain. Had he spoken to you directly? What was his situation?
What do you mean, spoken to me directly before the camp or after the camp?
Yeah, just in terms of his inclusion, I think you're correct in highlighting the fact that a lot of them are very difficult to see, very difficult to watch, very difficult to monitor, especially if the association and otherwise you don't get to go to their respective clubs to watch them. I mean, did you have a one-on-one with them is more or less what I'm asking.
No, the most important thing for me to do is there was about 15 or 17 overseas-based players that put their names forward and that the scouts, the SAFA scouts recognized, and they put videos together. And from certain videos, a person could judge, but then again, it wasn't conclusive in that way. And that is why I invited 12 of them to the camp. And when a person sees them in front of you, then at least it paints a better picture.
I mean, did you find that you struggled somewhat, which has got nothing to do with coaching, though? Maybe some that you would have wanted to bring on or invite, but there was problems with paperwork?
I've heard of certain players that are so busy with their paperwork. I've heard also that 2 of them couldn't come because of, one, I know it because of schooling. They're busy with their final exams. So, yeah, but we're not writing them off. And even one said that the club is playing in important tournaments, but we're not writing them off. I'm not writing them off completely. I want to have a look at them again when the situations are different. So I know the Ajax guy said, Lucas Jetten said that they are busy with tournaments at this stage.
Yeah, but what about the cooperation from the local clubs? I only picked up in the week of one that were highlighting when you called up Ayabonga Mahlangu, and they wanted to have a word because they were unhappy about something or another. Was all of that ironed out in the end, Duncan?
Yes, I don't want to delve too much on the outside football side. My office is on the field itself, and I left it to the people to sort it out. They said he was supposed to be in camp. I think it was after the game, the Golden Arrows game. I think it was they played the Wednesday and the Thursday had to be, but he came 2 days later. But yeah, we sorted out that situation, and he's in camp with everybody else.
No, that's
so far so good as far as the team spirit and the atmosphere amongst the players are concerned.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because heading into camp since the 9th of April, what's that been like though? And do they understand the magnitude of having to represent their country at an Africa Cup of Nations?
Man, we try to make it as simple as possible to make them understand that they're in the window of the world. The whole world, even though we're talking about our continent only, but the whole world, the eyes of the whole world, soccer world, will be on this continent. And they're looking for diamonds as far as young soccer players are concerned. But we've also made it quite clear to them, it's not what you do as an individual. It's how you do whatever you can do as an individual within a team. And that is what they're going to look at, and that gives you an idea of the discipline and the attitude of the players that you have. So yeah, everything, the holistic development of a player, that must come into play when they're at the African Cup of Nations. And the one example that I made, we had 4 days to put the team together for COSAFA Cup, and it's not that we had brilliant players. Some of them were very good, yes, but I think it was the team spirit that pulled us through. We worked together as a team, and that pulled us through.
I know.
I'd like to see the same in the AFCON.
Absolutely. You've said that you're not going there to add numbers. The tournament's being staged in Algeria from the 29th of April until the 19th of May. And just a final word as far as the coach's expectation of what you are going to face when you get there.
Then everybody knows that we're in the group of death. You play Morocco, thereafter you play Zambia, then you play Nigeria. It doesn't get any more difficult than that. But like I said, we're in a difficult group, so that makes us also a difficult opponent. And if the ball is around, anything can happen on the day. And it's how we prepare. Yes, we still got 2 weeks to go. Let's see how we put things into place. But yes, the objective, like everybody else going to the tournament, is to get to the semi-finals. That means that you qualify for the World Cup. And thereafter, of course, if you're in the semi-final, you will want to go all the way. And I think everybody going to this AFCON, that is the objective of them, and we're going to be no different.
I know you're at training, and thank you so much for taking a little bit of time to chat to us. Duncan, just know that the entire country wishes you well on this journey, wishes the boys well on this journey, and you being a former soldier who's also worn the Bafana Bafana jersey before and has been a stalwart and a veteran of SA football, I personally also wish you everything of the best, and good luck, travel safely on Friday.
No, thank you very much, Robert. Thanks for your support. And yeah, the boys will need the support. It's not about me, technical, but it's about the boys putting them in the window and giving this opportunity. This is where they will learn, and this is where. Thanks, Rob.
Thank you so much, SA Under-17 head coach. As the phone line was starting to fail us, hey, load shedding. We've got no competition.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live. In 3, 2, 1. On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.
Before you sell your car, be really sure. Before you go too far, be really sure. Before you left on red, and then you start an angry thread. Before you sell your car, be really sure. Make sure you get the best deal when selling your car. Go to willy.co.za, SA's most trusted place to get a second offer.
Are you feeling rushed and stressed with traffic, laundry, dinner and the rest? Worried about the dark hours creeping near because of the pesky sheds? Oh dear, I shame. South Africa, you need a reason to smile. MasterChef and savings are back at Spar. Shop and collect stickers every time you spend 100 Rand or more and save up to 70% on the gold and silver coloured MasterChef cutlery collection or the MasterChef cast iron casserole dish. Turn every meal into a MasterChef moment only when you shop at Spar. T's and C's apply. Spar, we're for smiles.
The Galaxy S23 Ultra's 200 megapixel camera brings you wow-worthy resolution. So much resolution, in fact, that you'll be able to zoom, crop, scale, and print your images without losing any detail. Now that's epic. Buy any Galaxy S23 now and add the Galaxy Watch 5 from only 49 Rand per month. And get free Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, valued at 3,999. Galaxy S23 series. Share the epic. T's and C's apply.
Welcome to Hacks with Mac, Extreme First Home Edition. Starting out, it's tough. So here's a tip to make your life easy. Make your dinner in a kettle. No hard work. Noodles, eggs, and Viennas. Things of that nature. Just drop them in and boil them up. Ta-da! And then a cup of tea after. Another tip to make your life easy? For your laundry, use Mac washing powder. It works really hard on tough stains, so you don't have to. You're welcome. Mac shine on.
Lotto Stars Aviator is here to launch your millionaire dream. Place your bets now and watch them get multiplied. Bet on how high the plane will fly and make sure you cash out before it flies away. You could win a payout of up to 2 million Rand in seconds. Lotto Star, your world of live games.
Lotto Stars, licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s. National Responsible Gambling Program. 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
You thought you knew what queen material is until a new breed takes to the throne. Queen Charlotte is here, and she'll never stand alone. Pride to the bone, she's an African Nubian. Strength is her own. Grace in her soul in England rose. Now that's what I call influence, when you are whom everybody chooses. Now cheer for the queen, leader of our ancestors' wildest dreams.
Queen Charlotte, only on Netflix, 4th of May.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And they are back in the game.
Stellenbosch causing a major shock. And here's the successful coach, Steve Barker. They always say that numbers, they don't always tell the right story. When you look at Sundowns, end of the game, I mean, they were knocking on, almost 60% of the ball possession.
A very ball possession-oriented team. They tactically, they play with inverted fullback. We know that also our best sort of chances of beating a team like Sundowns is on transitional moments, such as the match when we beat them 3-0 last season. Fortunately, it worked in our favour. I think some of that pressure led to some of the errors that, led to our two goals.
You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
#MSW. #MSW.
Right, I'll soon be telling you about what happened on this day in history. It is #MSW Marawa Sports Worldwide, live at 947, also live on Vuma FM, Rise FM, and on Sowetan Live. Well, a unique situation playing itself out here in studio tonight. And very few things are as precious and sentimental as seeing sporting veterans passing their torch to their offspring. Very, very little. Now, legendary boxer Bongani Mahlangu is adding extra punch to the term like father, like son, preparing they want to feature in the same bill. And in fact, they will be featuring in the same bill. It's going to be this Friday. I don't even know how prepared they are, how they motivate each other, if they need motivation at all. When I look at Mahlangu, he's got 33 bouts under his belt, has never had a sponsor since turning professional. That for me worries me a great deal. I mean, he started back in 2006. He also shocked the boxing world when he dethroned Ayabonga Sonjica at the ripe age of 42. I won't say the ripe old age of 42, because 42 and old don't go together as far as this man is concerned. It was crowned the champion of the South African junior-featherweight last year. He's going to be defending his title against Mduduzi Mzimela. That's going to be the main bout, the main attraction. So his son, who joins us also in studio, Bheki Maitse, is going to be engaging in only his second paid contest, taking on Ontiretse Seleke which is one division heavier at featherweight. Let's introduce to you the father and son duo, Bongani Mahlangu, South African junior featherweight champion. Baba, good evening. Welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank Mama Joyce to give me this opportunity of this fight. Yeah, to be in this bill, like, because like no one was coming through for me now to promote me. So Bongani Mahlangu is here in the show. Yeah,
Mama Joyce Kungwane.
Yes, Mama Joyce Kungwane.
But she's done so well through the years. And what do you think she's done? How did she pull this off? Because like you say, it's been a frustrating period for you.
Yeah, the thing we've been speaking with her since from last year September. So they've been cancelling her tournaments.
Yeah.
So finally in December, after getting this one upset from the other promoter, the one that was like promising us that we're gonna get a fight on December month is 10. So
yeah,
after that upset, Mama Joyce came with the offer to say like, guys, I have a fight for you. You see, because like we were having the thing maybe we might be stripped, because like we're not like defending in right time, because like after some time you get stripped if you are not defending. So when she came through, like I said, thank you God to bring this lady to us, to give us this opportunity.
Because if I'm not mistaken, your fight with the Sonjica was last year.
Yeah, it
in
was
July.
last year, July, yes.
And since then, nothing's happened.
Nothing at all. I've been getting promises. Then I gym since from last year September. I've been like preparing, thinking that something might come out because like I'm a champion now.
Yeah.
So nothing, like there was nothing that was happening. So till we get this real chance from Mama Joyce.
But what do you think is the problem though, Champ? Because it worries me, it disturbs me that it takes so long. A lot of people promising you, instead of respecting you, they give you empty promises.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's like by the way I see things now on my judgment. The promoters, like they're depending in sponsors. So you find that the promoters, he or she like got a date, maybe on the 20 what then I'll be hosting a fight. So and then maybe the person will go and try to get sponsors. If the sponsors like she never get or he never get, then it's becoming a problem. Like we find that the fight is getting postponed or is getting cancelled.
But that's crazy. You've said being involved professionally since 2006. No major sponsor has come your way, despite you going to the Olympic Games, despite you having represented and got medals at the All Africa Games. All of those things have counted for nothing. I mean, surely that doesn't make sense. Well, why do you think sponsors run away from, how do you run away from a champion?
For real, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that because like it happens that you get into that spotlight thinking that the sponsors will like spotter you, Yeah, sometimes like we were trying to get sponsors like maybe to write a certain letter, then we send it to the companies, but all the time maybe it's because of we're doing boxing, we never get anything. Even now when we're trying, like we never get anything because maybe we are doing boxing or maybe I'm not sure.
But boxing is what everybody wants to do internationally, so what is the problem? Before I chat to your son Bheki, who's here, that is why I brought in the Brains Trust, who's with us here in studio. He's a boxing guru, somebody I've spoken to for many, many years. Peter Leopeng is here. Peter, good to see you. Welcome to the show.
No, thanks very much for inviting me. I feel very, very honored to be
Yeah,
It's
sharing
been
the
a
mic with you.
while.
Yes, it's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah.
And maybe it's because of what he says. Maybe they're doing boxing. What's going on here,
Yes,
though, Peter?
yes,
Is it
you're
worrying
right,
for
right.
you too?
You're asking a very, very important question. What is happening? It's not only happening, by the way, Rob, with South African champions, even world champions. You could be a world champion and not get fights. You know, in anybody's mind, you know, somebody who's not really into boxing, you think somebody, for instance, is a world champion, and we think that they get paid maybe for being there, a monthly payment, or somebody comes up with money. If you're a world champion and you're not fighting, for instance, you don't get paid. If you stay 2 years without getting into the ring, no payment whatsoever. And Bongani is right. You have to get sponsors, and this is where it becomes very, very difficult, because sponsors don't just come through. And you ask yourself, why is that? Well, I don't know.
But in your many years of boxing and experience that you've analyzed, you've attended boxing, I mean, you must have some level of insight, because for me, it really doesn't make any sense when you look at the international trends as well. They would be queuing up for Bongani to say, come through and sign up. We are proud of you. We want you to achieve. In fact, we want to take you to the world stars. And at 42, he's still struggling.
Yeah. I might say something really that might not be palatable.
But don't worry about anything. We're not a catering company. We don't want palatable things.
Exactly. Look, there's an element here of racism. If really I have to be brutally honest, white boxers in this country never struggle with sponsorship. So you ask yourself and say, why do black boxers struggle? You get boxers who are not champions, white boxers, but they get sponsors. And then, but world champions, even South African champions, black ones, struggle to get sponsors. So,
I mean, do we have ready-made names? If we had to say, I don't know, Hickey Butler, I don't even know if he has a sponsor, but who would we readily say is a boxer that has a sponsor but is not a world champion?
I can really get into trouble here. Yeah, but boxers promoted by one of the biggest promoters in this country. He has boxers in his stable. They're not. Some of them are not world champions, but they have sponsors. So, I don't want to really say the name, but I think we can work it out. So yes, that's what happens.
So what if somebody says maybe whoever manages them works triple hard and extra hard, and they go get sponsors? So I hear what you're saying.
Yes.
By virtue of being a world champion, that is enough campaigning for anybody to say, I want to sponsor you. And therefore it raises the question that here's an SA featherweight boxer, Bheki Maitse, who sits here in studio next to his dad, looks at the situation and says, here I am in my early 20s, my dad is in the 40s.
Exactly.
He hasn't had one sponsor in all of the 38 years that he's been involved in boxing. So what is the future for him?
Yes.
What is the future for him? So, in fact, before you answer, let me welcome Bheki. Let's get him to warm up his vocal cords. I know that you're used to warming up in the gym and getting so this is a different gymnastics that we're putting you through. Good to see you, champ. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone in the studio, greeting them, and then secondly all the listeners and viewers, and also I'm also greeting them. Yeah.
You were brought up well, eh? That's a work of the father. Hey, Mama no Baba Kulsile. But greeting everybody first before we even talk business.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, champ? You good?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fit. I'm feeling great.
Ready for Friday?
Definitely.
Tell me about what's happened this week. I mean, how have you gone about your preparations, your motivation, your gym time?
Yeah. Things started when my dad was preparing for this fight last year, when he was promised something for December. Yeah, I was working with him the whole of December, January, February. We've been working ever since. I've come into this week. Everything is all ready. It's just mental preparations for now.
So the funny thing is that the person who's training you is also your uncle.
Yeah, my uncle, my trainer.
So it's a whole family affair that is going on because he's been training your dad for so many years now. How do you find that? Does he push you? Does he feel sorry for you at times? Or does he say, hey, kid, to be great, you have to put in the blood, sweat, and tears?
For me, I'd say he doesn't have, like problems with me in terms of my, waking up early, like going to the gym and stuff. Like, I know what I want.
Yeah.
Like hunger for success is the one that like motivates me. Yeah.
And what's the ultimate goal for you? Because you still got age on your side.
My ultimate goal.
Ultimate
one.
Yeah.
Is to be a unified champion in multiple weight divisions.
Sure.
Just the ultimate one. The one that, in my room I have like a picture of my dad, my role models.
Yes.
I have pictures of them in my.
So
in my
dad
bedroom.
is one of them. Who are the other ones?
Dad is one of them.
Who are the other pictures of?
Davis, Javonte Tank Davis, Davin Hayne, Lomachenko, and obviously Mayweather.
It can't be boxing without Floyd, eh?
Yeah.
He's the one that even encourages you to chew chewing gum during interviews. Hey, crazy situation. He doesn't have bad role models now, Peter, does he?
No, he doesn't. Those are very, very good boxers. He spoke about Tank Davis. He's fighting this weekend, as you know, against Ryan Garcia. It's a big fight, which is funny because there are no titles, but these guys, they've got such big names that their presence in the ring is enough for anyone to pay attention. Even though no title really is at stake. Yeah, so we'll see what happens on Saturday.
I mean, before I talk to the champ, now, the fact that the public broadcaster is getting involved as well with some of these fights, is that a win? Is that a start of bigger or better things? Because I remember when we brought Brian Mitchell here, he said that as far as he's concerned, boxing is in a good space, and yet people are phoning into the show and saying, I know something needs to be done with boxing. So there were two different views.
Yes.
And I even said to him that I think the reason for the different views is access.
Yeah.
Not everybody has access to pay-per-view television.
There you go. That's right. Yeah, and actually that is the problem. In our time, during the days of Baby Jake Matlala, Dingan Twabela, Sugar Boy Malinga, these guys were known everywhere. You walk around in the street, everybody knows that these are our boxers, our champions. Today, how many people really know our champions? None, because now they're not being shown on television. But now with SABC coming up, yes, maybe something positive will happen, and we can see boxing really right back where it belongs. Because you remember during those days, boxing used to be only second to soccer.
Yes.
But now it's really relegated. I don't know where, 5, 6, 7, somewhere there. Yeah,
that's crazy. I mean, you were talking about some of the big names, and even back in those, even further, the Tap Makatini days as well.
Yeah.
It was all about switch on the TV, and it is there. You talked about Baby Jake, yes. Whether it's Dingan Tobela, whoever else, Charlie Ware, Brian Baronet, whether it was Johnny Duplois, or even the days of the Gerrie Coetzee, Kalik Nutza, whoever it was, we were able to watch those boxers on television, and they became world superstars. All right, when we come back from the break, we continue our conversation, and we also bring in Hau Malume, just to say a word or two as well as we prepare for the big one.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live.
In 3, 2, 1.
On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.
Lulaland empowers small businesses with fast access to business funding of up to 5 million rand. You can apply online in minutes at lulaland.co.za.
We are Skills Resource Group. We provide safety training to our clients across South Africa. Everything from basic safety awareness through to advanced courses like hazard identification, risk assessments, and legal liability. The training we provide to individuals and companies literally saves lives daily. Lulaland's funding enabled us to grow our business to an online school and launch a free mobile safety app called Doc, which further promotes safety in South Africa thanks to your help, Lulaland.
Apply today for up to 5 million rand in business funding at lulaland.co.za and make cash flow.
The time has come to buy a car. You're shopping, browsing near and far. You're looking for a new ride, but the right one hasn't come. You saw some on the internet, but found We Buy Cars instead. Cars, buggies, bikes and more. We Buy Cars has got them all. We have what you desire. Just come to us, we are the ones to trust. We have what you desire. Come to We Buy Cars, we're the best by far.
WeBuyCars.co.za, the best way to buy a car by far.
Lotto Stars Aviator is fast and thrilling. Buckle up, because you could take off to your instant millionaire life with payouts of up to 2 million rand instantly. All you have to do is place your bet and cash out before the lucky plane flies away. Lottostar.co.za, your world of live games.
Lotto Stars, licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s. National Responsible Gambling Program. 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Save big on fresh at Food Lovers Market with Big Deal Wednesday. Buy a pre-pack of deliciously sweet breakfast papayas for only $39.99 and get another papaya pre-pack absolutely free. That's one breakfast papaya pre-pack for just $39.99 and get another one free. Now that's great value. Valid this Wednesday only at all inland Food Lovers Market stores. The best in fresh, guaranteed.
We bring you great hits and exciting entertainment.
And our presenters enjoy doing it.
But we also have to follow the rules set out by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission's Code of Conduct.
In order to give you balanced programming, fair comment, and accurate news.
If for some reason you feel that we're not following this code,
we want to know about it.
So please contact us on comments@947.co.za.
If you're still not satisfied, you can direct your complaint in writing to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission.
Email bccsa@nabsa.co.za. For more, visit bccsa.co.za.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
For the fourth consecutive Premier League weekend, Manchester City, they played first and won to ramp up the pressure on their rivals, Arsenal and Leeds. Joe Cran is standing by.
I don't think it's pressure. I just think it's the fact that Man City are just unstoppable. The form that they're in now, I think it's 10 wins on the bounce, 37 goals in the last 10 games. I know some of those include, big results in the Champions League as well, but we got Erling Haaland breaking records left, right and centre. It's just, when you talk about title-winning form, I think this is if you looked it up in the dictionary, I think this is what you'd see next to it.
#MSW. #MSW.
Well, it's a case of a father, a son, a guru, and a trainer that steps into one studio. Hey, ever found a more exciting combo than that? I really, really doubt it. Bongani Mahlangu also joins us in studio. Champ, good to see you.
Thank you.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm panicking sometimes, but I'm in motion. I know that everything is on auto cruise.
You can't panic as a trainer. You should be giving us confidence that both of your charges are going to win and win convincingly.
I'm panicking what's going to happen because, I know these guys. So I'm feeling like shaky for these other boxers who got to box with them.
Oh, you're feeling sorry for the opponents.
Sorry for the opponents because it was going to happen.
Yeah.
It won't be nice, but let's hope they are ready. But I know my boxers are ready.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is being prepared. They are in weight. So we're just ready to rumble.
Give me a breakdown first. Let me start with Ubheki. Were there any concerns in the week, in the build-up to the fight on Friday? What have you been mainly focusing on?
We've been focusing to his speed.
Yeah,
to push his speed, his movement. But you know what I'm focusing more?
Yeah.
He must be himself. He must never take pressure because his father is a big guy in boxing.
Yeah.
His father is a champ. He must just do his thing. He must build himself. Everything will come after.
Do you believe that psychologically that plays in his mind, having to be like
I don't think so, because we talk a lot. We talk as three of us, because most of the time we together. So we talk, we share some issues. If there's issues, we share them. But I know his mind is already focusing on this fight. And I trust him. That's one boxer I know. My brother and Biggie, that's boxers I know they could deliver.
You talk about... I'm going to get to Biggie again, but when you talk about your brother, which again seems crazy, it goes back to what Biggie was saying about Floyd Mayweather, where, father was there training him, etc. But what's that been like, where you're training your brother, you want him to become better? He's already better. He's already gone to, like I said, all of these world championship representing the country, but now he is a champion and he's putting himself out there now where he could be dethroned.
I'm happy to be part of the team.
Yeah.
Sometimes I pitch myself that, hey, me and my brother, we're in the same team. Sometimes I'll tell him his mistakes. What if he could tell me that, no, this is what I want.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me anything. But I know he's one of the guys who can listen. And when you tell him something, he will listen and tell you your mistakes also. So you must be always on your toes also. So I know that sometimes I feel as if I have a partner in boxing, not a brother who's just a boxer. Because I know one time he will retire and we'll work together. At least we've got that relationship, both of us.
I love it. I think if you love radio and you've been listening to radio and you've been listening to family stories, it does not get better than this. Peter agrees with me. Bongani, let me quickly get back to you. It would have been also a relief for you to finally, I think it was in January this year, where they gave you a continental belt after waiting and waiting and waiting. Has that also just boosted your confidence somewhat? He has in finally, this thing is here.
Yeah, but like, by the way things were, it was like as if we will never get a belt. Because like there are some other boxers who never got their belts after fighting for them. Because of a certain promoter never affiliated for the belt. Because by the way, if I can share something with you guys, everyone never thought that Bongani can do it. Everyone did write me off in South Africa.
But why though? Based on what?
Because of the age.
Have they never heard of people like George Foreman?
Yeah, no, they forget. People, they tend to forget the history.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm writing the history. You see, just to remind everyone that age is just the age, just numbers, you see. But whatever is in your heart and in your mind and your body will tell you that, man, you can still go. Just go. Because the Almighty will be the one who will make me to decide to retire.
But you've always said you and retirement...
Yeah,
you don't see eye to eye. You've even told the youngsters. You said to them, "Listen, you've maintained yourself all of these years because you don't drink, you don't smoke, you keep healthy, you keep gymming, you keep doing all of those things." Which is the same thing that now you must be saying to Bheki. Bheki now is living in a different world. We're going to certain places that are hot, hip, and happening and whatever are a temptation. So how then do you make a Bheki out of what Bongani has been?
All the time now, I tell my son that, Bheki, look at my structure.
Yeah.
You see, I don't look like a boxer. You see. So, but you must change, you must have that mindset to say, when you're looking at me, you see yourself that my father doesn't do this wrong, no matter my father is not perfect. You see. So somewhere, somehow he's following the dream that I want him to follow exactly. Because like now, he's not drinking, he's turning 22 in August.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not drinking, he's not smoking, you see. So which means he's following in a right path, and he's not going these parties and what, because I also don't go parties.
Yeah.
You see, and he hates noise. I also hate noise.
Yeah.
So I think we are in a one page.
But you love noise. You love the noise of fans cheering for you.
Yeah, that one. Because like you know, every time when I'm fighting in the Eastern Cape,
yes,
you'll find only one guy is cheering for me. Maybe my brother. It can be my brother, or maybe one guy there who is a Rasta. Because I used to have dreadlocks. I believe in Rastafarism, you know. Yeah, so you find this one guy, you'll keep on saying, hey, Rasta, Rasta. Only one guy, or my brother.
That's it.
Yeah.
But you found it as in the Sonjica fight, because you shut them up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I fought with many, in my 34 fights of boxing, I fought 80%, 90% with the guys from Eastern Cape, you see. Most of my belts, I have 7 belts.
Yeah.
Most of my belts, I fought against the people of Eastern Cape, like East London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's the home of boxing. That's the home of... Sure. Yeah, but let's leave that one. Bheki, let me come to you. Seleke, how much homework have you done on him? Have you seen any of his previous fights? What can you tell us about your opponent?
For us, I don't know much about him. I only know his name, where he's from. You know, in boxing, I learned that like this sport is a thinking sport. You know, meaning like you have to focus on yourself.
Right.
You know, like, you know, when you are in training, you know, think about yourself. You know, things that you've been through. You know, that, you know, like things that motivate you. You know, for me, it's been that. I don't know much about him, but I'm sure he knows a lot about me. Because, you know, sometimes that mentally it plays, you know, somehow. Yeah, but then we're ready.
But all you want to know is that come the end of the fight, he might not know much about you because his memory might be gone.
Yeah, definitely. Because
you want to switch off the electricity then.
This fight won't last.
Yeah.
One thing for sure. Now that one I can guarantee you. I've been working hard. Been working hard for sure. It's been more than 3 months.
Sure.
I've been working hard. Yo.
So now's the time.
It's time.
Just don't fight us. Now I can tell how hungry you are to fight. You might just stand up and start boxing us. Wadile Mtano on Twitter says the brand of boxing is in turmoil and boxers are suffering the consequences of reckless leadership that cares about their own pockets but neglected talent of boxers. I feel very sorry for Chams Mahlangu Maitse to go through such a difficult process. It affects the sponsors as well. Fully agree with you there, Wandile. We were talking about making history, Peter, and just in terms of age, never mind how unique it is, but put us historically, where does Obama Mahlangu find himself with some of the greats and age?
Yeah, coming here, I was searching frantically. You know, has there ever been a boxer older than Bongani who's been a South African champion? Yes, and apparently there was Jack Lawler.
Yes,
started boxing in 1896. And started boxing in 1919. He was a welterweight champion, middleweight champion, and he went all the way up to heavyweight. And he was 44 years of age. So he just peeped Bongani here by a year or two.
So do we consider guys who were alive during Jan van Riebeck's time?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So Bongani now really is. So it's going to be an issue of youth versus experience. Because this guy that is fighting, undefeated in 6 fights and 3 KOs, but it's up really against a veteran. You know, somebody who knows boxing, who's been there before. And I've got confidence that Bongani will teach the youngster, you know, to respect their elders.
Would you say it's going to be a clean sweep, though? I mean, the Mahlangu side the Mahlangu brothers feel so.
Definitely, because Bheki has been an outstanding amateur. He hasn't really spoken about it, but he was very, very good as an amateur. So coming into the professional ranks, he knows his art. He knows what he's doing, and I think there's no doubt about that. And Bongani here, he's a champion. He shocked everybody, as you said. Ayabonga Sonjica, who was undefeated with 10 fights, 10 wins, 8 KOs. You know,
back to back. Eh?
Yes, he was expected to knock out Bongani. Everybody thought, Bongani is old, man. What is he gonna do? And also fighting in East London, you're not just fighting the boxer. You're fighting against the crowd and everybody else. So, but he pulled it through, and it was one of. In fact, I'll tell you right now, one of the shocks in boxing. You know. So he pulled it off, and he's looking forward now to defending his title, and maybe hopefully after this, sponsors now will come through.
Yeah, we're going to put pressure.
Yeah,
these guys need to have sponsors.
Definitely.
One way or the other, and that's Sonjica fight. I mean, I think first round I could see there was a problem already.
Yes,
I think round number 4 also provided a problem. I think it was count 5. You could tell, the crowd was just like.
Yeah, they couldn't believe what they were seeing.
But hey, my baby, Sunday, give me your final 30 seconds, man. We got lots to look forward to. It is a Friday. Give us time, venue, where, what's going to be cooking.
The fight is on Friday in SABC Auckland Park, Renaissance. Come watch Bongani Mahlangu Bheki Maitse. Please, to sponsors, here's the guys. I'm selling them to you. Please, sponsor. I'm auctioning them one by one. Come get them. Come get them.
Maybe if they see it and they know that Maitse has won a gold at the National Junior Championships, Subab has represented at All Africa Games, at Olympic Games. I mean, on earth, what do you do? What more do you need to do? They rather sponsor people that are coming out of retirement than sponsor that. Bongani, your final 30 seconds, just a word to your fans and what we can expect.
Okay, to my fans out there, please come in numbers to see that the dancing Rasta still got it. I can still do what I did in Tanzania. They call me the professor. They never call me the professor for nothing. So I'm going to teach the student of South Africa, which is Mduduzi Mzimela, how to box, how to shine.
And I'm sure everyone watching on YouTube right now is taken by this. The level of confidence is crazy.
Exactly.
Let's leave it to the young man to close it off for us. Your 30 seconds, Mdomdal.
Ontiretse Seleke. Enjoy the fight while it lasts, my man. It's gonna be a good one. I hope you prepared well. Yeah, and then a word to my fans. Come to Auckland Park on Friday to support your homeboy, and then to witness my father to history. It's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a great. In fact,
father and son.
Hey, it's like the Levert brothers, man, when the one was still alive. But this is father and son, more like it. Yeah, father and son duo back then was exactly that. Peter Liopeng as well. Thank you so much, Baba. Let's have more conversations around boxing. South Africans love the sport, and let's have many, many more. Bongani, Peter, Bheki, Sandile. Mafetu, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
You guys, absolute pleasure having you. All right, I did promise you on what's happened on this day in history. Cristiano Ronaldo becoming the first player in history to reach 100 goal mark in the European competitions when he netted a goal against Bayern Munich in Germany. Well, don't net any own goals. If you can support the boxers, they told you where and how they're going to be fighting on Friday. Be there.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live.
In 3, 2, 1.
On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.